Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Principles of Microeconomics, Lecture 12. We are going to start compensating variation and equivalent variation. Before starting the compensating variation and equivalent variation, we have to understand the concept of economic change. What is economic change? As you understand by the term economic change, it means there will be any change into the economy in which we are moving, and how this change is happen for the individual. Actually, when an economic change occurs, individual move from one equilibrium point to another equilibrium point, from one equilibrium point to another equilibrium point. What it means? It means the consumer will move from one indifference curve to another indifference curve, and this change in well-being is measured by the difference in utility. You can understand this concept. Similarly, as you have already discussed, that consumer is in equilibrium when budget line is tangent to the indifference curve, and when consumer move from one indifference curve to another indifference curve, for example like this, one equilibrium to another equilibrium, this actually show why consumer move from one equilibrium to another equilibrium, and what's happened in this change in equilibrium. And if this change in equilibrium is due to an economic factor, this actually called economic change, and this change in equilibrium is measured by the difference in utility. Actually, this economic change leads us towards two terms. See here, and that is compensating variation, and we present compensating variation with the term CV, and equivalent variation term we present with EV, capital EV. Actually, these two variations when happen, these are due to the change in economy. And utility, as you read into the cardinal approach concept, utility can't be measured. So utility is an unobservable number, and therefore economists attempt to convert the change into some index that can be observed. So for example, economists are going to measure the utility in terms of money, and if they are going to present into the term of money, for example, economists are going to measure the utility in terms of money, and this offset change in economy can be offset by lump sum transfer of money. And if the transfer amount is known, for example, we know how much amount is transferred, then its size can be interrupted proportional to the magnitude change in welfare. For example, you can understand this concept. For example, you can take here the example, if an economy change in if any economy factor increase and it leads to fall in money, and this fall is, for example, 300 rs. So we can say that economic factor that increase any economic factor, we can suppose any economic factor that change the consumer equilibrium, and this change in consumer equilibrium in terms of utility, and utility is measured in terms of money. And I take the example, for example, this fall in money is in term of money. For example, I suppose the example of 300 rupees, and this actually 300 is showing that how much the consumer is affected due to change in an economic factor. And similarly will be the case if there is fall in any economic factor due to which money of consumer has increased 300 units. It means that this economic change actually benefit the consumer in term of 300 rupees, and this economic change lost the consumer in term of 300 rupees. Actually, we are presenting the change in terms of money. However, because we can't measure the utility in terms of units, so we are measuring this change in terms of money. And there are the two measures that we use. First, compensating variation, and second is equivalent variation. Let's discuss these two terms one by one. First, you see what is the compensating variation. Simply, you just have to understand this concept. Compensating variation is actually the adjustment in income. And what type of adjustment in income? That it returns the consumer to the original utility after an economic change has occurred. You have to remember this definition. Compensating variation is the adjustment in income that returns the consumer to the original utility after economic change has occurred. Clear? Actually, when consumer is affected by any economic change, consumer want to return to its original utility, so for getting its previous equilibrium. So whatsoever will be the adjustment in this equilibrium, that is present in the term of compensating variation. And there can be the two case. If the positive economic change, then CV is referred to as the maximum. CV is referred to as the maximum if the economic change is positive and consumer is willing to pay in order to have the economic change happen. And another case, if economic change is negative, CV will be minimum. So you remember, if economic change is positive, then CV is maximum, and if economic change is negative, CV is minimum. It's mean that in this condition, consumer needs to accept the economic changes. This concept is most clearly you can understand with the help of this diagram. See here, this is the diagram, and I will zoom this diagram. First, you see the axis. On y-axis, we take the units of income, and on x-axis, commodity X. Let's you see here, for example, we take it. Initially, consumer was at point P. When market of X, there was no market for X. There was no selling of any commodity. It was actually initial endowment point of the consumer. And when market for X opens, consumers start to move along this line, that finally consumer reach at E0, and this is that point at which indifference curve is tangent to the budget line. If you remember the concept of consumer equilibrium, consumer is in equilibrium where budget line is tangent to indifference curve, and when consumer move from this point, that it's move to this, reach to this point, from here to here, consumer actually yes, you can see here, this consumer actually reach this equilibrium due to change into the commodity X market equilibrium if market for X opens at the price line, and this equilibrium reach, and we can call it final difference curve. Why we call it final difference curve? Because there is a previous or initial difference curve. For example, consumer at this endowment point, and when price of X change and consumer actually reach to this difference curve E1, and due to which consumer actually move from budget line B to C, and this movement from B to C actually presenting or explaining the concept of compensating variation. Actually, this distance between B and C is explaining the difference between the market for good X opens or closed. Actually, it's explained why the market of X has opened or closed, and how the consumer is affecting by an economic change, and how the consumer is getting its equilibrium. It was actually initial indifference curve at which consumer gets the equilibrium, and it is the final difference curve at which consumer gets the equilibrium. You can understand this concept. This is the explanation of the diagram which I already discussed with you. you can clearly more understand this concept. For example, when market is introducing new good, the consumer is at point B. As I show you in this diagram, consumer is at point B, and vertical axis present additional difference curve, and the market for X opens at the ratio price. Here you can suppose any price. Here we just take his price. For example, price of X is Px divided by 1, and consumer trades from point B to the budget line even it trades to E naught. Here E naught, where the budget line is tangent to the final indifference curve. This is the budget line, and this is the final indifference curve where consumer is in equilibrium. And welfare gain from having the market for X is captured by movement from initial indifference curve to the final indifference curve, and this change in utility is relevant, not the change in any quantities of the goods. Actually, from this equilibrium to this equilibrium, this is actually changed into the economic change, not due to change in any commodity. For example, the sale of the good increase or decrease, this is only due to the change into the economic factor. And how we can find the CV? You see in the diagram how we can find this portion. Actually, how we can find this portion, this is the main question, that how we can find it. You see here, actually the maximum willingness to pay for the market to open, we shift the budget constraint parallel by distance B to C, and new budget lines tangent to the initial difference curve at point E1. At point E1, when consumer was here and consumer shifts to the second budget line there, where initial difference coming tangent to the budget line at E1. And actually this gap BC presenting from this B to C budget line, actually this gap is presenting the compensating variation. The consumer is indifferent between points B and E1, and the distance BC is compensating variation. You have to remember this BC actually presenting the compensating variation. It's all about today. In the next lecture we will discuss equivalent variation about economic change, that is the second component, in the next lecture 12. See you in next lecture 12. Allah Hafiz.